So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set a stretch goal. So we start by drawing a timeline like so. Let's call this past, make this now, and that's future. So positioned in now, you're able to reflect back upon, look back upon memories. You're able to see what worked, what you achieved, what did not work, which actually often gives some very useful information, and what stopped you. So this is who, past. Here we have who now, and here we have who future. So in now, you're able to reflect back upon the past, and as you do so, we gain new understandings. We gain new understandings, and this is contingent upon the frames of mind that we actually hold. So frames of mind, this is like attitudes, values, and beliefs. So it's the frames of mind that we're holding now, looking back upon the past, seeing what we actually did, seeing what worked, what didn't work, seeing what we achieved, what we didn't achieve, just seeing what was easy for us, what was a challenge for us. Of course, in the past we held frames of mind, attitudes, values, and beliefs too. But frames of mind, attitudes, values, and beliefs, we can change them so they'll actually work for us. So now we're going to set, the task is to set a goal. So you could set, for example, just a little goal based upon past experience. Or you could set for yourself a stretch goal. So this is a stretch goal. And as with any goal, the first thing you do is you want to map it out. And it's what will it look like, sound like, feel like. That's visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Put a date on it. So when do you want it? Where do you want it? Sometimes it's like, with whom do you want it? And then we look at why do you want it. So it's very important to know why you want to achieve your goal, because this actually gives us the meaning, and it's the meaning that will actually drive us to achieve it. If we have insufficient meaning attached to the goal, then nothing's going to make you take any action. But if you've got massive meaning associated with the actualization of the goal, then it will actually not only just drive you, but it will actually compel you. It will pull you into the future. And who do you need to be in order to achieve your goal? And who do you need to team up with? So this is sort of where, like, there was a film called The Secret a few years ago, and what it did is said, hey, all you got to do is just really visualize vividly your desired outcome, and so magically it will appear. Well, in some cases, for some people it will, but for others we've got to do a little bit more work. And so what we do is we go out into the future, to our future self. So this is our future self. And we then look back upon having achieved our desired outcome, looking all the way back towards now, seeing what it was that we did that allowed us to achieve this stretch goal. This builds in the convincer. So as your future self, there are some things to actually to take into consideration. This is a new you, right? So this is a new you. Just think of yourself like a year from now. A year from now in your perfect world, you know. That is like, what is the environment in which you would flourish? What would you be doing? How would you be giving? And the people in your perfect world, how would they see you? How would these people see you? How would they value you? What would they value you for? And how would you see others? How you see others? How would you value others? So you're playing with the perspective from a number of angles. So this is pseudo-orientation in time. This is where you're actually taking yourself out into the future, looking back upon having successfully achieved your desired outcome. Looking all the way back towards now, seeing what it was you did that allowed you to achieve your outcome. So here what you do is you start thinking about who you would be, what's your perfect environment, what's the environment in which you would flourish, what would that look like, sound like, feel like. So as your future self, you might want to play with a few concepts. And we have acknowledgement. Not quite sure I've spelled it right there, but acknowledgement. How would you be acknowledging others? How would you be acknowledging self? Support. How would you be giving support to self? How would you be supporting others? This sort of takes us to validation. It's like learning to validate others, you know, make other people feel like they're valid human beings, helping them to feel worthy, to have feelings of self-worth. And at the same time, you're learning to validate yourself, to feel like you are a worthy person also. So what we are doing is we're building in, getting in touch with the new you, right? So so you become a mentor to yourself. This is self-coaching. And so as your future self, what advice would you give yourself? What frames of mind would your future self be holding? What are the attitudes, values, and beliefs that your future self holds, such that you're able to look back on having successfully achieved your stretch goal, looking all the way back towards now and seeing what it was you did. The steps and stages. So you have your steps and stages. Then you write out your action plan. And most importantly, what's that first step that you take that will set you on the path to achieving your desired outcome? What are the decisions that you need to make in order to set you off on the journey towards achieving your desired outcome? So briefly we come back to here. So who past, who now, who future. At who now, it's like, what is your talent? What is your passion? What is your purpose? So, just going to pause for a moment while I actually change the camera over. Okay. So, who are you? Who are you? This is very important to know who you are. So we're working with talent, passion, and purpose. So talent is like your personality type. This is like your personality profile. I use the Roger Hamilton's Wealth Dynamics personality profile, and you get your 8 personality types. And each one is actually considered to be like a genius. So you're learning to work with your own genius, your own talent. And this is what actually comes naturally for you. And then you team up with others who are also good at what they do. So we come to our goal over here. And we draw out a square once again. The goal is like the what, all right? You map it out. But then rather than going across and saying, well, how am I going to do it? Then what you do is you ask, who? Who do I need to be in order to achieve this? And who do I need to team up with? So once you get your team together, then you come around to when you're going to do it. And then we come around to the how. Now, in the film industry, a film is like a project. And so they map it out, and then they storyboard it. So they visualize, not only do they visualize it, but they actually draw little pictures for each scene of the film in great detail. And then they go to who, and who do they need to team up with? And so they're looking for a producer and directors and camera operators and talent and crew and stunt guys and all that sort of stuff. Once they get the whole team together and they've got the finances, then they actually start to take action. So that's where we have the when. When are we going to begin? How long will it take? And when will it complete it? And then it comes around to actually doing the project, the how. So it's very important to get that sequence right, rather than just going straight across to how am I going to actually do it. So now the invitation is for you is to set a stretch goal for yourself. Now I just need to come back to here because we started with talent. So talent's your personality type. The passion. So what are you passionate about? So me, I'm passionate about filmmaking. I'm also passionate about helping people transform themselves. And then my purpose for doing this is to help wake people up, help people be more conscious. So when I combine this together, I'm then able to set a goal and to build a team which is really fulfilling for me. So now, as I said, the invitation for you is to set for yourself a stretch goal, and then to take yourself out into the future, to map it out like this, take yourself out into the future. Who do you need to be in order to achieve your stretch goal? Yeah? As the new you, your future self, what advice would you actually give yourself? As the new you in your perfect world, in that perfect environment which nourishes you, which supports you, what would that perfect environment look like? What would you be doing? How would you be giving? How would people see you? How would you see them? How would you value others? How would they value you? And you start to take this on here, and then it's like, well, you step into the new you, and then it's like, well, what frames of mind do you need to hold? Yeah? What advice would you give yourself such that you're able to make the decisions and take action today towards achieving your outcomes? So that's it for today. Now, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments box below. If you would like me to write or to create another video on a topic, feel free to ask and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to find me, you can always find me at my website, abbyeagle.com. All the best to you.